Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a video that goes over the best ways to cheese the objectives in this month's side event and quest. And before that person says, oh, just do Road to Labyrinth, the first quest, the first mission, it's not actually necessarily the most efficient way of doing it. As I did find using the restart 1 energy spends in various different other quests were actually a little bit better to target specific champions or specific types of classes. And as well getting more of a kind of a clear run through of one specific class, which for this video I decided to do all of the tech. You can actually see that tech ring on screen, so I did pick that up from using the process that I'm going to be going through right now. Now on screen I have completed the master class, which is the one that's specific to Shang-Chi. For this particular process I did find it was easier, as a lot of you know, you level up, you rank up the champion. If you don't have the resources, there is a clear day to watch out for, which does fall on a Tuesday. So if you go to fight, you then go to your dailies, which is daily quest there, and then you kind of like look at the top, the upcoming ones. That falls on a Tuesday. So tomorrow is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the one that's weird thing. Monday is going to be Mutant, and then it's going to be skill for Tuesday. So that's where you can grind out some of the resources. Do look to places like the Glory Store, because in there may be some stuff for you. So look to pick that up if there's going to be like an opportunity to get yourself some of the rank up resources that's there. If you're looking to get yourself the dual targets, and I think you can get it either by doing arena, but I think this is actually a little bit easier to do, especially because you do 5 a day when it comes to dueling. So if you go to duel and you put in anything really, but I mean I just put in QQQ, and then right down the bottom there's a 1-star Wolverine. You can literally do like any champion fight interaction you want, but if you want something quick, snappy and low rating, then you can just get away with searching anything. Like I said, QQQ, and then there's a Wolverine right at the bottom, AAA, and searching that, and you could search down, and again you found like another Wolverine. It's surprising, you search anything and you'll pick up a champion to go against. Click on it, press duel, boom, there you go. You'll go and do that. I've already kind of used, I went and used 5 yesterday and 5 today in order to do that 10 fights, so that got that. And yeah, I would say the final thing with the masterclass one is when it comes to the 10 rings, which is here, go into lower difficulties. You'll be taking your 3-star into the lower stuff. You can see that's why I've 100%ed that. I'm going to be doing all difficulties of the 10 rings tournament, so I just thought it was just apt to kind of go in 100% that one. And then it's the case you use the 3-star. And you get it done. It's as easy as that. So that's the masterclass one. Now we need to move on to the class specific ones. FYI, if you want a write-up of this, I've put it in the description down below, including some of the cheese fights on rotations. As I said, I will be recommending either Road to Labyrinth or the method which I've been using. The difference is it's just like it's all about 1 energy spends, restarts, and what you kind of like doing to do one specific of those class objectives, and then you're doing the next one. So you kind of like get your head in the game of like one specific one, as opposed to doing Road to Labyrinth and then kind of like, okay, well, I've got 2 skills to do, and then there's going to be like 2 mutants to do, so I'm going to be at a loss with other ones. So just in order to make it just more efficient for your brain of going like, I'm thinking about one class each time I'm going in. So let's begin. At the end of the day, you can do Road to Labyrinth, yes, but you could use any other content elsewhere. If you like Arena, go to Arena. I think this is a good opportunity for those that are grinding Arena at the moment, especially because we've got this event on. And as well, you've got to use Shang-Chi in some types of elements of fight. So kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone may be a good thing to do, especially with the Lei Tai Arena right here, and the fact that you need to pick up some of the various types of rings in order to get through it. So that's your options of kind of either saying, look, am I doing Arena grinding or Road to Labyrinth, or this cheese this cheese kind of rotation on some of the energy. So that's the thing there. I'm not saying you have to do energy-based spend questing Road to Labyrinth. As I said, you've got other options available to you. You just have to kind of like, I think it's easier on rotation, and also it's kind of like, it's all about it being easier for you to just go click on a quest like this, for example, the tech one. I've already done 100% of the tech one, so I've used this method before. And when you go into the fight, it's literally like 1 swipe. You can either do parry heavy, you can do medium, or you can do this, which is part of the part 4, where I'm just going to allow myself to get hit, just like that, because you only have to do the special attack thing twice. So the special one, you only have to do twice. So I'm getting myself hit, again, continue to be hit, or hoping the AI hits me as well. To be honest, I think this is better with Arena, but now I've got that SP1, and then as soon as I'm going to swipe back, throw that, bum, 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 bum. It's done. Using a 565, you can allow yourself to quickly get through stuff, or any kind of like 5-star in any kind of weight is going to be able to smack it. But I would say if you are kind of only have 4 stars in your roster, then again, it should work relatively fine. It's just something to bear in mind that you might have to either find champions that have high block proficiency that are skills, or at least kind of have really kind of like potent SP1s. More so if they don't do a debuff, because that may be, well, it may be a case that it might be death by debuff as opposed to death by SP1. So maybe look to champions that just throw kind of a meteor or stronger SP1. The great thing about Road to Labyrinth is that you can repeat it off of the tech on the first kind of like 1 energy tile spend. Why I'm not kind of a massive fan of Road to Labyrinth is that you will be left at an odds. The odds is that when you go to your objectives, you are on an odd number. That's why I say odds. That creates a problem, because then you're like, right, well, if I have to go, what do I have to do? Do I have to go back into it in order to go to another mystic, so I burn for a little bit more energy? Could I be a bit more energy specific and as well energy efficient, I think is the correct word there. And you can be more energy efficient. There are some easy 1 and some stages 2 energy tile spend champions to check out. And we're going to go over them now. So we're going to focus on, as we said, the tech. This is great for tech because you can just like exit out, restart, and then you'll see on this a vision right there. So you can repeat and restart. My God, thank you Kaban for that restart button. That is amazing if you're especially doing some kind of like grind stuff like this. But yeah, let's move on. Let's kind of like say, where is the cosmic cheese? So if you go to X 2.2.3, which is the Black Bolt proposition, and you go into it, there should be a Ronan. There he is, with a 1 energy tile spend. It is a 3-star, but still, you know, it's a 1 energy tile spend. It allows you to target and also rotate around restarting. With Road to Labyrinth, you have to go quite deep into it in order to grab it. Not ridiculously, but still, it's nice to kind of be able to target and restart. Because again, as I said, it's all about targeting and understanding the certain types of classes you're going up against. Same principles as I said before. You'll do the lights, mediums, heavies, and then it's a case of doing your SP1s and SP2s. So that's kind of the process there. And as I said, when you get to like part 4, part 5, in my opinion, it's easier to put 3 of the skill champions in your team in any kind of arena, and then do a fight, because it's not so specific. Moving now on to 2.3.1. So 2.3.1 should be the Wolverine fight right there. Go into it, and there should be a 1 energy Winter Soldier, which there is there. Again, easy to restart and go through. When it comes to the special attacks, you may want to kind of balance your starage of champions. But so we get to part 4 and part 5 of the objectives, you may want to balance the extent of, say, champions you have. You may want to go like lower in order to make sure you're not overkilling the champion. So maybe using a process that I've got here of like swapping out a 5-star version of Falcon with a lower one, like a 4-star or a 3-star. It just means you're not kind of like over damaging against the champion, and it's like boom, it's easy to do. Moving now on to the Science Master. If you go to Act 1.4.1, which will be the Captain America right there, you should see a Quake with a 1 energy spend, which you do. It's a 2-star one, so you're going to be very careful about the extent of damage you do. And as I said, go lower with champions if you're feeling you're over damaging it, and especially be careful. So maybe use a 3-star against this if you're going down to the special attack line of the further parts of part 4 and part 5. FYI, Romance Synergy is a power gaining synergy, so if you're looking to kind of gather that, or you could even do this. You could just like take a kind of like a higher champion and just allow yourself to be hit. So just like literally just like have it there waiting. As soon as you're in the fight, getting yourself pummeled, and just wait till you're like at your SP2, and it might take a little bit of a while. This is why I think it's better to do things like maybe do arena grind in order to kind of find the interaction, or as I said, do the lower ones, especially like using a 3-star or a 4-star for this. But the power gaining side of things, if you've got a Romance Synergy, does allow you to get there quicker. So yeah, I mean, by the time I've just been talking, we've been able to do that with a higher kind of like level champion. So it's all about boxing clever, using your brain a little bit on this one. And again, exit, and then we can restart if we want to. Now, a bit difficult when it comes to a Mystic that's a low energy spend. I found a Morning Star, which is at 1.3.1, So once you go to 1.3.1, there should be a morning start with a 2 energy spend. It's not ideal, but it's case like it's probably the best one I can find. And let's just do other content and see what you grab. There may even be some stuff in this month's quest, but it's all about low energy spend. And I think this is one of the best ones to pick up. As I said, with this, use champions that are lower in rarity in order to make sure you're not over damaging, especially for parts 4 and part 5 where you've got to do those special attacks. And you can, as I said, X out, restart and come back in. I find this is a little bit more efficient than Road to Labyrinth. I'm not saying like totally against it. I just think it's a little bit more efficient to know what you're doing and kind of like repeat on the fight, because then you're learning, repetition and focused, because that's the thing, it's focusing on one specific class at a time as opposed to many different ones at one given time, and just kind of like just understanding what you're doing, the rotations and stuff. So that's really my top tips there for cheesing the objectives using these methods. So Romance Synergy is going to be great as an assistant synergy, especially if you want to build power for SP1s and SP2s. But do bear in mind as well, use the arena, you know, from like a full extent of arena grind, especially for the one that you have to do in order to grab those rings, which is the Lei Tai arena. It'd just be maybe more efficient for you to grind that out and get this done by that means. It's just a case of focusing on what you're doing and being efficient with the instructions you're going to do, like lights, heavies, and medium attacks and special attacks, etc. But yeah, that has been my top tips there. As I said, written in the description down below. Go and check it out. Thank you so much for supporting this video. I should be doing a few more videos today, so please kind of like support and be around. Also, there's going to be a major drop of information later today, so make sure that you're watching the channel, because we've got a couple of videos that are just going to be wow, complete game changers. It's going to be brilliant.